My name is Chief Robert Joseph. I'm from the Kwekwekwak First Nation. I belong to a small tribe called the Gwawinoch. That's where my hereditary chieftainship flows from. In the year 1946, my mother brought me to the school. There was not once anybody explained to me, you're going to go to this place because, or we're going to come and see you often, or even though we're leaving you, I love you. There was just dead silence. And as I look back on it now, I'm starting to think of the trauma that my mother also went through. And from the very entry into that system, it was harsh. You were punished for every contravention of the rules or not understanding them or not following orders. And that translated right through to the classrooms, to the early teachers that we had. They were so cruel. I left there, I was totally broken. I was totally despondent as a young man, and I graduated. They shoveled me through the grades, and I stood at the top of those 15 steps, and I looked out, and I realized I had nowhere to go. There was an emerging sense that we had to heal from this past. That was so clear, so evident in all of the processes that we were pushing forward. And slowly the discussion turned to reconciliation. The real profound shift for me was being part of a national dialogue. And we were starting to wrestle with this huge issue about what to do in response to the legacy of residential schools. The court cases were mounting. And so these national dialogues, as we moved across the country, I could see that the tone of the discussions and the attitudes of people between each other started to shift. And people are actually beginning to talk to each other rather than screaming at each other or pounding tables. We began to listen to each other, and we began to think, well, maybe there are some other ways to resolve this terrible legacy. I'm still moved by the results of Reconciliation Week, and in particular that big walk. That's what we were trying to create, was an image, a vision that would convince others that many, many people care and are able to come in spite of the weather, whatever the weather condition is. People are caring enough to come and walk together on this day in the name of reconciliation. And I realized that history was in the making in that moment right there. I know that there are enough of us, including Simon Fraser and other institutions, who care, and other like-minded people all together thinking about how we can continue to do this. We've got to stay the course, and we've got to promote this idea that we are one. Namuyut, we are one. This award that I'm being honored with this is really, truly blows me away. And now all of a sudden I want to live for another 100 years if I could to do this kind of work.